Hello and welcome to another exciting Blender tutorial. Today we're going to be making this Imperial Death Star vacuum cleaner. It's going to be great. It's like, what if the Death Star had a robot vacuum cleaner? What would it look like? Here we go. So we're going to use this. This is going to be a great beginner tutorial. So if you're new to Blender and you want to do this stuff from scratch, figure it out, stay tuned. This is going to be fun. If you enjoyed this content, please hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Special thanks to everybody who supports this channel on Patreon and everyone on YouTube who's joined as a member. Thank you so much for making tutorials like this happen. You can join them. Check out the Patreon. We got project files, uncut tutorials, bonus tutorials. There's tons of stuff there. So go have a look. Thanks so much. Let's get started. I'm going to hit A to delete, A to select all, and X to delete. And then we're going to start off by going Shift A, Mesh, and we're going to create a cylinder. It's really ironic. You probably can't hear this, but I can hear my robot vacuum just outside my door. I might just stop the vacuum real quick. Art imitating life. Okay, we're going to hit Tab to go into edit mode, and 3 to go to face mode. You can also just switch up here. Select the top face, X to delete, bottom face, X to delete. We're going to go 2 to get edge mode. Hit Alt to grab that loop at the top. It's a continuous run of edges, much quicker than shift clicking each of these. You hold Alt and click. Then G and Z to bring it down. And then we'll do the same here. Alt, click, G, Z. We're going to grab it up. That's what G stands for. Let's grab this top here. We hit E to extrude. And we're going to hit Escape to leave the drag mode. So now we've got 2 edges right on top of each other. I'm going to hit S to scale. Bring that in. G, Z. Bring that up. Scale it down a little bit. E, Escape, S to scale. And we'll go in right about like this maybe. And then E, and we'll go down. Okay, now let's hold Alt and click the bottom here. Hit E again, Escape, and S. Grab Z, bring it down just a little bit. E, S to scale. We'll go in this, and then E and Z will go up like that. Oh, there's the basic body of our little robot. Can I leave edit mode by hitting Tab? Now let's put a roller down here at the bottom. So we're gonna go Shift A, Mesh, UV Sphere, scale it down till maybe about like that, and down a little bit. This will be like kind of like a ball bearing kind of thing that it rolls on. I mean, I could make it as small as that, but I think that's too small. I want it to feel like you could actually stand on it. So I might go back into edit mode on this. Click up here to get X-ray mode. And then what we can do is we already have that loop still selected. So I'm going to hit Control Plus. That will expand my selection until I've got that circle, and then I'll just hit S to scale and go up a little bit. I might Control Plus to expand one more time. S to scale. Turn off X-ray mode now. Now I can get that to be just the right size. I can also go up all of that. Go. Pretty cool. All right, great. Now let's see what's next. I want to take, let's see. I'm going to grab this sphere, right click and shade smooth. That will average out all the faces. So Blender takes all those faces and averages out their direction where they're pointing to get this smooth shaded look. But the geometry is still the same. If you go into edit mode, you can still see it's got the same geo. And this one we'll just keep as is for now. I'm going to take the ball bearing and then shift click the top of the robot and Control P to parent. Select object and grab the top. I'm going to bring him up so he's just sitting right here on the grid. Now in the grid, each square represents 1 meter. So I probably want to make him a bit smaller. So I'm going to scale him down, make him like a tiny robot. I'm going to Shift A, Mesh Plane, and scale that up. So we've got some ground. Go underneath just to see if we can go. Actually, I'll just take the ground plane and Shift Z it down. So I hit G and then Z, and I was holding down Shift. That slows the amount that you're adjusting things for. I'm going to go ahead and get a camera going. So I'm going to go Shift A, Camera. I can just hit G to grab the camera and move it up. I'm going to look through the camera by hitting 0 on my number keypad. I'm going to come into this lock button and click that. And then now it's going to be stuck to my view. So I can adjust my view here and just come in a bit. I like to do it this way so we can kind of like shape the way it looks through the camera lens. So I will untick that, zoom in a little bit, and then let's go ahead and look at this in rendered view. I'm going to hop over to polyhaven.com. Here we are at polyhaven.com. We go Assets, HDRIs, and they run all their page through Patreon, so give them some support. And I'm just going to pick one here. I'll go with this one, like an interior, and I'll just click download. And I'm going to come up here to the top left where I get that little cross. Wherever you get a cross, you can click or you can drag, click and drag. So I'm going to click and drag to split my view. I'm going to take this and switch to the shader editor. I'm also going to hide my face. Now I'm going to switch this from object mode to world mode. We're going to work on the world shader burst. So this is the shader editor, and you can change the shaders for the world, which is the environment around your scene. You can do line style if you're doing freestyle, or you can do the object shader. So I'm going to come over here. We're going to go Shift A and grab an environment texture, and then we're going to open up the file we just downloaded. Then we're going to take the color output and plug it into the output of the background there. And I'll just show you what this looks like. We're going to switch to rendered view and make sure I'm not locked to my camera. You can see here, I've got the photo. And that's what an HDRI is. It's a big spherical photograph that sits around your scene. Now we're using Eevee right now. So I'm going to click on my render tab to get some render settings. And I'm going to come here and turn on ray tracing. So we've got ray tracing active. And that should be good for now. All right, I'm going to take the body of my droid, go to the material tab and click new. We've got this new material. I'll call this metal. And I want to switch my shader editor to look at the object shaders. So I'm going to go here to the object shader, and I'm going to take metallic up to 1, and I'll take the roughness down so it's nice and shiny. Pretty good. Take the base color down as well. Nice. Okay. Now I'm going to take this guy and I'm going to right click shade smooth, and I'm going to go into edit mode and alt click. Whoa, that was intense. Not sure what that was. Okay. I'm going to alt click this loop, and then I'm going to come under here. I'll shift alt click, sorry, the second loop, and I might leave all of that, and I'll shift alt click this one as well, and this one too. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit Control B to bevel, and I'll just move my mouse holding shift so it's really small amount. I might roll my mouse once so I get 3 cuts. I'll just bring these nice and close. There we go, looks good. Now, what I'm gonna do? Now I'm going to go to 3, which is face mode. I'm going to alt click this to get this whole big loop thing here. And I'm going to go Control R. So create a loop cut. So loop cuts, when you go across like an up and down edge, you get this line that goes around. But if I go down here to the other side, you can see it goes the other way. So this is how you can decide what direction you want it to do. Then you can roll your mouse wheel as well, and that will increase the number of cuts. Right? So I'm going to do 2 cuts. I'm going to click to commit, and then I hit escape so we don't do a slide mode. And I'm going to hit, let's see, S and Z, and I'm going to scoot these guys up. And then I want them still selected. I'm going to hit Control B to bevel, and then I'm going to move my mouse a little bit. I'm going to roll my mouse so that I lose that center cut. I'll bring these guys a little bit in. And now with them still selected, I'm going to hit E to extrude, escape to get out of that slide mode, then S to scale, and Shift Z. So the Shift Z basically stops it from scaling up and down. It turns off the Z scaling. So we just go in a little bit, and then I'm going to create a new material. I'm going to click plus here with these guys selected, click new, and then I'm going to switch this surface to an emission shader. So if you were watching here, you'll see that the node that is driving this switched to the emission shader. So whatever you change in this bit, this will be SDF, whatever, it's represented over here as a node. So these are the same. You can do the same work in both windows, but this one shows everything represented as nodes. So we can go Shift A and emission to get an emission shader, and then we could plug it in here and delete that, and you can see that it's updated here. So with this emission shader, I'm going to make it red, and then I'm going to assign it to these selected faces. I'm going to turn the strength up to like 10, maybe 5, like that. Now I'm going to go ahead and switch to cycles. And actually, before we do that, we're going to put a bevel modifier onto this. So I'm going to go here to add modifier, and we're going to go generate and bevel, and that will bevel all of our edges once they're past 30 degrees, and that just helps sharpen things up a little bit. It looks nice. All right, great. Let's switch over to cycles. I'm going to go to the render tab, and I'm going to switch the render engine to cycles. Now you want to switch your device to GPU if you've got a GPU. I'll jump in there. It's a bit too shiny, so I will go back to our metal. I'm going to roughen it up a little bit, maybe darken it up. It's an Imperial droid, so it needs to be, you know, kind of dark. Let's also grab this ball down here, and we'll assign metal to the ball. Actually, no, we'll do a different material for the ball. So I'll grab the ball, click new, turn metallic up to 1. Turn the roughness way down, and I'll darken this a little bit, maybe not as much. I might scale it down a little bit. Cool. I'm going to take this underside, go back to edit mode, and I'm going to hold down Alt in face mode and grab one of these loops here. And let's see, I'm going to inset. So with I, just move my mouse down just a little bit. And then with all these guys selected, I'm going to click plus, and actually material 1 is what I want. So I'm not going to plus. I'm just going to select material 1 and click assign. It'll give that the red emissive glow as well. And you can see it's going to light up the floor a little bit around it, which is cool. Now we also want to duplicate this. So I'm going to take this row of faces that I've selected, and I hit Shift D to duplicate. So now you can see I've got a copy of it. I'm gonna hit escape so it stays in the same place. P to separate, and I'm gonna pick selection. Now I can leave edit mode, and I've got 2 objects, the robot's body and this other one, which is just those faces. And this is what we're gonna use to create like the brush effect. So I'm going to go to the tab here for bevel. I'm going to get rid of the bevel, and I'll come up here to the materials, and I'll just clear all these off actually. And then I'm going to hit G and Z and come down a little bit. Maybe like down to here, like that. And then what we're going to do with this is we're going to come to the particle tab, click plus to create a new particle system, click hair. And now you can see we've got lots of hair. Looks cool. Let's see how I'm going to do this. I will take the hair length down like 0.1. So it's ending before it hits the floor. And then let's go to the hair shape, and we're going to take the tip. I might go to 0.2, 0.5. I'm just thickening up the tip so that it looks more like sort of uniform brushes. Now I can get them to tilt out a bit by hold down Alt with edge mode and grab this outer edge, and GZ go up. See, they're gonna tilt out even further. And I might increase the number to 2000. Just scaled it down a bit and tucked it under there. It'll look a little bit nicer. Let's add some detail to the surface of this robot. And let's see, I'm gonna shade auto smooth, I think. Give me a slightly better look. All right, let's do up to the top here. And I'm gonna go to face mode and alt click this, and we are going to actually, instead of alt clicking, we'll do loop cuts. So click there, and then I'll bevel, Control B, drag that out, E and Z to go down. Good. Maybe another loop cut here, split it, E, Z, go up just a little bit. Just adding in little bits of detail, you know, it really helps. It's easier to identify. I'm gonna grab some of these at random. Pretty good. I'm gonna hit I to inset and go in just a little bit, and then E. We're just gonna go straight up. That cool. All right. And then let's go, let's see, it'd be cool is if we grab these. So go to face mode, grab each of these, and then we're going to hit I to inset each of them. Does it each individually, right? And then with all these, we'll hit E. And then if we go switch to normal, I think we can scale, and yeah, they'll go straight in. All right, let's come right here, do a loop cut right down the middle, Control B and bevel that, scale it out, right? So that our robot goes out like this. And then let's do one right down the middle, maybe Control B to bevel, E and scale, go right in. Maybe assign the red glow to that. I'm gonna put a subdivision surface on this to see how it looks. So I'll just go to the modifiers tab, type in subdivision surface, and I will put it before the bevel, or maybe after it. So just drag this around. Yeah, that's good, but probably not necessary. All right, let's make a little antenna. So I'm gonna shift right click onto the surface. And what that does is that will project our 3D cursor right onto it. We'll just go there like this, and then Shift A, mesh UV sphere, and then we'll scale it right down. Right click shade smooth, and then let's put the glowy shader onto it. And we'll just make a couple of these. And what we can do is you can turn on snapping and switch this from increment to face and face project. And now what we can do is we can shifty, and just wherever we go, it's going to automatically just stick to the surface like that. See, I'm just using Shift D and snapping just to kind of place a few of these guys around. Maybe these are like sensors or something. Makes it feel like a spider. A bit nicer actually. Just 1.5 on the glow. Okay, I'm going to turn snapping off. Kind of cool seeing it cut through up here. Don't mind that. Although this is a bit too much down here. All right, let's go for the classic Death Star floor and click new material, roughness on a little bit because I want to blur those. Let's take this all the way up to white. Look through my camera, lock my camera to view. I like the little 3 lights there. That's kind of cool. All right, now if you go out of rendered mode, back to flat shade, turn on widgets and everything. Middle mouse click, you can drag this window around up here. We can switch from object mode to particle edit. And that gives us these cool extra tools. And you can use these to kind of, you know, sculpt and comb the bristles. Back to object mode, see what that looks like. Nice, just adds a bit of realism, you know, breaks it up. And there you have it, our final droid. Hope you enjoyed that tutorial. Hope you learned some really cool things along the way. Thanks again for watching. I will catch you in the next tutorial. Until then, have a great week. Bye.